It is June. I cannot believe we're halfway done with this year, and it is Pride Month, so happy Pride Month to everybody. I am really excited for this vlog, especially because it's not gonna be like the others. This is gonna be a full-on reading vlog without the wrap-up part, because from this month I'm focusing on something else other than Reader's Gauntlet, and that is the Tarot Readathon of 2026. I am really fucking excited. So basically how it works is every card in the tarot deck has a prompt. You pick a card every time you need to start a new book, and you decide what book to read based on that. I picked my first card today, and the card that I picked in the end was the Third of Pentacles, which basically reads, read a book with an alliance or that follows a group of characters. And the first book that came to mind was Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. This has also been very much enforced by my friends on Twitter. And so I'm reading Six of Crows. I'm waiting to get the full book on my Kobo, but in the meantime, the preview that the Kobo store gives you is pretty long. I think it's the entirety of part 1. And so I started it. I am really enjoying it. I think it's really, because I really enjoyed the Grishaverse in the first trilogy. And so I was really excited to start this one, especially because people said that it's better than the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Therefore, I have really high expectations, especially on the characters. This also helps me with the Reader's Gauntlet, because I think the challenge that makes me the most nervous is the series staircase, which basically prompts you to read different kinds of series, so a standalone and then a duology and then a trilogy and so forth. And I was not really working on that challenge at all, but this is a great start, because Six of Crows is the first in a duology, and so maybe I could just binge it if the next card has something similar to that book. So I'm really excited. Because I always want to have an audiobook by the side, I decided to pick another card and see what I got. And I got the Five of Swords, that in the challenge gives you the prompt to read about a character who has to face and confront their past. And luckily enough, we had just decided our book of the month for my book club, which is Milk Fed by, I think, Melissa Broder. I might be mistaken on the author's name, but aside from that, it is a story about a girl who struggles with her food habits, and this is inherently because of her mother. And so she goes to therapy, and her therapist suggests to go on a 90-day no contact break with her mother, and that's basically the plot of the book. I think it's also very gay, so I'm not going out of my pride streak, and so I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I just finished Six of Crows and I am flabbergasted. I feel 17 again. I feel so giddy and so excited for what's coming next. I have loved it. I think I'm gonna give it, end up giving it 4.75 stars, which is huge for a fantasy, a young adult fantasy for me, because it's just hard to engage and keep focus in a fantasy, because I haven't read a lot in a very long time, and so I'm really happy. I'm really happy that people were right about this. I have loved the characters. I personally think that Lee Bardugo's writing is just amazing. The twists are just great, and they hit you where you're not looking, and I think it was amazing, and I agree it is a little better than the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So far I felt more gripped, I felt more engaged, and I just love the characters so much. I think that the author has made a great job at writing them and exploring their relationships and cultivating them within like the group. I do not understand why we got 5 POVs out of the 6 characters. Like, why? So I guess I'll find out if there is a reason when I dive deep into, you know, like the fandom and the content that is on the internet. And also the second book, I'm really excited about the second book, so I will draw a card later and see if maybe Crooked Kingdom could fit in the prompt, because I would like to read that next. It's really hard when you're filming a vlog about reading certain books and one of the books end up being one of those that you cannot fully form a thought about for a few days or for a long period of time, because I feel like I need to talk about this book because this challenge is limited to this month and I kind of need to put my thoughts out there for the vlog's content. But at the same time, finishing Milk Fed by Melissa Brother kind of left me speechless and thoughtless at the same time. I still do not know what I'm going to rate this book, and again, I didn't really form any opinion on it. What I can say is that I really enjoyed the writing style, and the themes that were explored in the book were explored in a way that I really enjoyed. The talks on religion and anti-Semitism and Palestine and eating disorders and sexuality, I feel like everything was explored in the perfect way. I really, really enjoyed everything and the way everything was discussed. What I didn't particularly enjoy was the amount of sex that was present in the book. I am not somebody who is embarrassed to read about sex, nor do I think it's a shameful topic. But when a story is composed by 70% of sex scenes, I tend to kind of form a not exactly positive opinion about it, about the whole thing. I feel like, and this is basically the exact same thing that I thought about Heated Rivalry, is that I wish there was less. I feel like the story had a lot as a whole and by itself that we didn't necessarily need all of that. And of course I do not mean the scenes, like I do not mean all of the scenes, nor do I mean the part of that storyline that explores more of the mommy issues and the way that the main character thinks about women because of her experience growing up with her mother. I feel like those do add a lot to the story and a lot to the character, but I don't think all of them were necessary, because we did spend so much time talking about sex, whether it was real or imaginative, that it kind of took me out of the story a little bit. That being said, I feel like this book kind of sits in the middle for me. I wouldn't say 3 stars because I feel like it deserves more, because I do think that it had really important themes that they were explored correctly in a way that I felt fulfilled and that I felt were rewarding. But again, the amount of unnecessary material that was put in the novel kind of made me not feel as good about it. So I wouldn't necessarily say 3 stars, but maybe something above that, like an in-between rating
like 3.5 and 3.75, something in between those, because I do think that the writing style was exceptional, and I do think that the emotional attachment was there. I literally had to stop and just like stop in silence to absorb what I just read and what I just listened to, because I also listened to the audiobook, which was narrated by the author. I think that made the experience much better. But there were themes that were discussed in a way that I feel like were really cathartic and really worked and impacted me in a way that I had to just like sit in silence and just sit with my thoughts, because I was really feeling everything that the main character was feeling, and it was really frustrating in a good way. So I feel like this deserves a little more than a middle rating. So I think I'm just gonna sit with this, but just know that these are my feelings and this is my opinion, even though it's not properly shaped yet, but it will come to me.
Tarot deck in hand, and we will shuffle now and see what comes next. I just finished Six of Crows, so I'm hoping for as good of a read as that. Let's see. Okay. The card that we picked was Wheel of Fortune. As for the Wheel of Fortune, it is a card that prompts you to read whatever you like. It is the luckiest card on the challenge, and basically it's a mood read. Whatever you feel like reading, you can read. And you know, having finished Six of Crows and having loved it, I felt it was the best decision to just go on to the next one. It is a duology, so that would mean finishing and completing something, which is very good for me, because first of all, I'm still working on the Reader's Gauntlet, and I have to really work on the Series Staircase challenge. But at the same time, I know because it happened in the past that if I wait too much time between sequels, I tend to forget about them and never pick them up. So I just want to get that out of the way, and I started Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo, and I am enjoying it so far. It is a little bit slow paced because Lee Bardugo has this tendency of writing really long chapters, and that slows the pace a little bit for me. It, as I mentioned for the Grisha trilogy by her, to me kind of feels like reading a chapter is enough in my day, because I'm like, oh, this felt like so much, I need to rest, and I don't really feel like reading anymore, which is not the best experience, but we will persevere. Guess who just got a package? Me. So while I open this, let me explain. So I have been having trouble reading my current read because it's a really long book, and it's kind of bothering me not to have a physical copy of it. So you probably will have guessed by, you know, the editing in this video, I guess, which book I'm talking about. But do you want to guess if I can open this box? Because I don't think I can. Oh, never mind. It's actually easier than I thought. This is so tiny. This is so tiny. Oh my god. Guys, I don't think I've ever gotten a box set before. So this is my first one. Oh wow. Look at this. Probably can't see shit. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Doesn't look like it because I can't sleep lately, but I am really excited. Oh my god. The material they're made of. I was not expecting that. kind of different than what I expected, but not necessarily in a bad way. Oh my god, I need to sneeze. Oh my god. Okay, so we have Six of Crows. This is book 1. Oh, Izzy, you were so right. My friend was telling me how like good it feels to have them because they're really floppy. Look at this. It's so easy to read. Oh my god. Okay, so this is book 1. Oh my god. I'm so excited. And this is book 2 that I'm currently reading right now, Crooked Kingdom. Oh my god. It does feel good. And it's probably gonna feel a little better than my Kobo. I'm really fucking excited. Oh my god, I wish I could look more excited because I know this is probably like really weird to watch, but yay. I can read now. I'm really happy. Let me update you. So, as you saw in the last clip, I had to buy a physical copy of these books. Also because I was having kind of withdrawals. Ew, that's a huge ass mosquito. Get out of here, bitch. I was having withdrawal from physical books. I've honestly been very, very bad and haven't been to the library in a really long time. It's honestly too hot to go out during the daytime, and that's mostly why I didn't go. And also my the last time I was there, I didn't really finish everything that I had got, so it was kind of a bummer, and I wasn't motivated enough to go and pick up something else. So I hadn't read from like a page in a million years, and so I felt the need to have at least this one in my hands. Also, it's very funny because I've been reading Crooked Kingdom in 3 formats. I was reading it on my Kobo, and I was kind of also immersive reading it sometime with the audiobook, and so that's 2, and now I have the physical copy, and that makes 3. It's crazy. But aside from that, I am really enjoying this. It does feel a little, I don't want to say it feels slower because it doesn't. The action is there and the pacing is always the same because Leigh Bardugo just has this huge problem, in my opinion, that she makes these huge ass chapters. They're so big. It's it kind of slows the pace a little, but it's not different than Six of Crows, and it's not different from the Grishaverse, like the main trilogy. So it's not that. It's just this book is way bigger. It's way longer. I think it's around 500 pages, a little more, 540. And so, of course, it is kind of feeling a little, you know, it's been a long time since I've started this. So yeah, aside from that, I'm really enjoying it. I feel like the characters are evolving and growing in such a way that is really enjoyable, and it's really nice to see. It's really rewarding. Particularly, I feel like Matthias is having the biggest development, and Jesper most like these are like my highlights, I feel like, with development of the characters. But all of them are, honestly, sorry about the cicadas, it's been really rough out here. I didn't get a moment of peace in days. I had to literally run away from this house for a little bit. But yeah, so I'm also really glad that we finally got to read from Wyland's perspective. I do not understand why in Six of Crows we didn't get one single chapter from literally like the only person missing in the group. Like, there are 6 of them. I think I said that in the previous vlog. I mean, in the vlog about Six of Crows, but there are 6 of them. Why are we only hearing about 5 perspectives? I mean, I guess it does have a little bit of sense, a little bit of meaning that I'm not exactly grasping fully. But now we finally have Wyland as well, and I'm really happy about that because I love Wyland. I think he's just really cute.
and I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm having the time of my life. I just wish it was a little shorter, just because I'm going on a trip in 3 days and I cannot bring this, unfortunately. So I don't want it to drag until the whole month has passed. Also because it wouldn't count towards the tarot readathon, and this would all be a waste of footage. But aside from that, again, 50%, a little bit more, really enjoying it. This is the situation I'm currently packing because I'm leaving tomorrow for like a huge week trip that I have, which of course goes on to the next month. So my plan is, if possible, to finish Crooked Kingdom today. I am like 70% into this, a little more than that, and technically I have 3 hours on the audiobook to actually finish it. And I'm wondering, could I make it today if I immersive read with more speed on the audiobook? I think I could. So I'm just recording this. If you're seeing this clip, it means I did. If you're not, it means that I didn't get to finish Crooked Kingdom in this vlog, possibly, or who knows. But this is the plan, so let's see if I can manage. Hello! So I did manage to finish Crooked Kingdom in time. What I didn't manage to do was film a clip, because last week I had to work every day, which was insane. What I can tell you about the book is that I really, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it around 4.5. It wasn't perfect. The problem that I have with Liber Dugo is her slow pacing and her really long chapters, but I can't really do much about that. What I can do is enjoy the story, and I feel like she really succeeded in that. I think that this crew is way more likable and enjoyable than the original crew from the trilogy. I really, really enjoyed all of the characters, and I'm really, really happy that we finally got to see more from Wylan. I did not expect most of the twists that were present in the story. Liber Dugo always surprises me. This is what I love the most about her writing. And it was really, really, it felt really, really good to complete a duology this soon, because I don't really do that a lot. And I should, because I need to work on that challenge. But I'm really, really happy I picked this up, and I cannot wait to hear more from these characters. Eventually, the collection of novellas just came out, but my friend told me that they might spoil the other duology that is on another character from the previous trilogy. So I don't think I'm touching that before I finished the duology. But I feel like I don't want to go back to this world just yet. I need to savor what I read, and I need to rest with these characters and their ending, because I still haven't processed them. I feel like I'm still going through that, and I'm still going through the trauma, but it was good. I really, really liked it, and I'm happy to say that we completed this challenge. June is over, and I feel like I did good. I read 3 books for this challenge. I was hoping a little more, because I did read 6 books in total, but not all of them really fit the cards that I pulled, and I didn't want to cheat. So yeah, this is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you in the next video, which is going to be the June wrap-up, which I'm really excited about because I read so many good books. And yeah, thank you for watching.